think we're starting with Andrew in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Andrew, you're up with Jeremy Utley.
Scott, thank you so much. And Jeremy, thanks for being here. I'm definitely geeking out today on this one.
Love it.
And I would agree. Your book is, as a matter of fact, I'm actually at a charter high school today helping with pitches. And your book is the #1 book that I tell all of the kids at this high school they need to be reading.
Thank you.
Seriously transformative. The question I have for you is if you wouldn't mind talking a little bit more about tracking idea flow at on a corporate level, right? Like, I understand, in terms of my own idea flow and sort of tracking towards that, right? And how you sort of look at psychological safety within an organization. But I'd love to hear a little bit more about, as leaders within organizations or founders or anything of that nature, how to really, track a metric towards idea flow of the individuals in your organization.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. If you, as you probably know, there's simple exercises you can do from the book, right? Like, generate subject lines to an email in a fixed period of time or something like that. I think the bigger thing to me is actually, as much as we harp on volume of ideas, it's actually what I am more attuned to as a leader in my organization is, are folks getting in their practice? And I've actually built, I'd be happy to share it with you if you're curious, but I built a conversational chat bot, so to speak, because I actually need help. Physician heal thyself. I need practice myself. And so what I've done is I built, and I used it, Andrew, the other day, I kid you not. I have a house that's built in 1908. My kids, who love to ignore the exhortation to not slam the doors, slam the door for the 1,000th time, as a true dad would say, for the 1,000th time, and shatter this 115-year-old window. Okay, glass everywhere. Question is, what do I do? And the typical kind of way to approach that is, okay, well, we could ground them. We could take away their iPads. Do we talk about grounding them? You run out of answers really quickly. And what I said to my wife, much to her, amusement, and, is we should do an idea quota. And we did an idea in that moment, and I have a friend, Bill Pacheco, he teaches at Boston University. Last night, he texted me, hey, we got an issue with my college-age daughter, and my wife and I want to generate some ideas. Would you send me that chat bot? Because we need to do it in isolation from each other for a minute. Point is, when you become aware, you know what I need? I need a volume of solutions. That's a funny anecdote. What I am interested in is someone getting in their practice. And what we started building out, even with this chatbot, is kind of almost an enterprise dashboard, so to speak, where you can see, not in a Big Brother kind of way, but like who's getting in their practice, who's attending to this habit. Because those are the people I want to bring into the next, strategic problem solving session. I want to bring in people there's a reason that very few organizational sprints result in medals. Most of the time, sprints result in pulled hamstrings. You know why? Because people are showing up with Cheeto stains on their tracksuits. Like, homeboy's, he hasn't tried generating ideas in a year since the last sprint, right? And he just got off his crutches, and you go, let's do it again, right? It's like, is there any wonder we're not meddling here? To me, what I'm looking for is, who are the people who are routinely in the habit of generating bad ideas? Steve Jobs famously said to Johnny Ive every day, as Sir Johnny Ive says, hey, Johnny, you want to hear a dopey idea? He was in the habit and Johnny Ive says most of the time they were pretty terrible, right? But every once in a while, they take the air out of the room and leave us breathless in wonder, right? As only Sir Johnny Ive can say. But the point is, sorry, I won't impersonate him again.
No, that's great.
What I actually care about is who's in from an organizational perspective, who's attending to the practice. And then I can start to bubble up what kinds of problems are being solved. And wow, if Andrew's regularly practicing, maybe I should toss him one of Jeremy's problems or have Jeremy phone a friend, right? And get Andrew involved, right? But you can start to think about facilitating these connections on the back end of that technology. But so for me, the primary use case or the primary benefit is actually to the individual to routinely interrupt and daily short circuit that tendency to fixate, that cognitive, the Einstein effect. But then on the back end, from an enterprise perspective, as you start to understand who's getting in there, who's doing their reps, who's doing their scales, because those are the people that I want to maybe pulling into my development pipeline.